Imagine being trapped in a cycle that slowly robs you of your drive, confidence, and ability to truly connect with others. What if I told you that this habit, masturbation, isn't as harmless as society makes it seem? What if it's secretly stealing your power as a man, draining your focus, and damaging your mental and emotional strength? Men, it's time for a wake-up call. We live in a culture that normalizes instant gratification, but Stoicism teaches us that real power lies in discipline, self-control, and the mastery of desires. Masturbation may feel like a private escape, but it's not as harmless as you think. It rewires your brain, weakens your willpower, and keeps you from reaching your full potential. The science is clear. Overindulgence in this habit can lead to depression, anxiety, and even a lack of interest in real relationships. Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable, but necessary. Do you think the most powerful and disciplined men in history would allow themselves to be ruled by such an impulse? Marcus Aurelius, the ultimate Stoic, wouldn't waste his energy on fleeting pleasures. He'd focus that energy on building a legacy, living with integrity, and conquering life's challenges. This isn't just about quitting a habit. It's about reclaiming your masculinity, your strength, and your purpose. It's about breaking free from something that enslaves so many men today. Whether you realize it or not, every time you give in to this urge, you're making a choice to let your impulses control you instead of taking control of your life. The truth is hard to hear, but it's liberating. Masturbation isn't harmless. It's holding you back. And once you understand the mental, physical, and emotional toll it takes, you'll see why Stoicism's teachings on discipline and self-mastery are more important than ever. Let's dive deeper into how this habit affects you and what you can do to break free. Because once you know the truth, you'll never look at it the same way again. 1. Masturbation kills your masculinity. Masculinity isn't just about physical strength or appearance, it's about presence, confidence, and the energy you bring to the world. But masturbation? It slowly chips away at all of these qualities, whether you realize it or not. Let's get one thing straight. Your masculinity is rooted in your ability to control yourself, your desires, and your impulses. When you give in to the urge to masturbate, especially frequently, you're sending a message to your brain. I lack control over my own body and mind. Over time, this weakens your sense of self-discipline and your ability to lead with purpose. On a biological level, frequent masturbation has been linked to a significant drop in testosterone, the hormone that fuels your masculinity. Low testosterone doesn't just affect your mood and energy, it also impacts how others perceive you. A man with low testosterone lacks vitality. He struggles with assertiveness and charisma. Simply put, the fire in his soul is dimmed. Now think about how this translates into real life. Imagine a man who's constantly drained because he's indulging in this habit daily. His energy is low, he's less motivated to take risks, and his interactions with women lack confidence. He feels stuck, frustrated, and often ashamed of his inability to break free from this cycle. Here's an example. Picture a young man preparing for an important job interview. Instead of focusing on building his confidence and practicing his answers, he spends the night before scrolling through adult content, giving in to his urges. The next day, he feels sluggish, distracted, and unmotivated. He walks into the interview with a low-energy presence that the interviewer immediately notices. He leaves without the job, wondering what went wrong. The truth is, indulging in this habit doesn't just affect your physical body, it affects your energy, focus, and how you show up in the world. Masculinity thrives on self-control and purpose, but masturbation robs you of both. If you want to reclaim your masculinity, start by mastering your desires. Every time you resist the urge, you're building strength. You're showing yourself and the world that you're in control. Your masculinity depends on your ability to protect your energy and focus on what truly matters. 2. The science behind brain damage. Most men think masturbation is harmless, but science tells a different story. Overindulging in this habit rewires your brain in ways that weaken your ability to think clearly, focus, and even feel joy. Here's what happens. Every time you masturbate, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. While dopamine is natural and essential for motivation, Repeated overstimulation floods your brain with unnatural levels of this chemical. Over time, your brain becomes desensitized, requiring more intense stimulation to feel the same pleasure. This is called dopamine dysregulation, and it's a downward spiral. When your brain is stuck in this loop, everyday activities like working, exercising, or pursuing goals seem dull and uninteresting. You lose your drive and your ability to find satisfaction in life's simple joys. Scientists have even shown that excessive dopamine release can harm the brain's prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, self-control, and discipline. This is why many men trapped in this habit struggle to quit, even when they want to. Consider this. Imagine you're trying to build a healthy morning routine, like working out or reading. But if your brain is already overstimulated from late-night indulgence, those productive habits feel like a chore. You're fighting against a brain that's addicted to cheap, fleeting pleasures. It's not your willpower that's weak, it's that your brain has been hijacked. And this problem goes deeper. Studies show that overstimulation from masturbation, especially when paired with pornography, reduces gray matter in the brain. Gray matter is essential for processing information and maintaining emotional stability. In simple terms, you're literally damaging the part of your brain that makes you sharp, focused, and mentally strong. Take this scenario. A man who's been heavily indulging in this habit notices he can't focus at work. He misses deadlines, forgets details, and feels irritable with colleagues. He doesn't realize it's because his brain is overstimulated and overworked from constant dopamine surges. He blames himself for being lazy, not knowing the real cause is his nightly routine. Breaking free from this cycle isn't just about quitting a bad habit, it's about saving your brain. When you master this part of your life, you give your brain the chance to heal, regain its strength, and function at its peak. 3. Why society wants you. Addicted. Have you ever wondered why society is so eager to normalize masturbation? It's everywhere, in movies, jokes, social media, and even casual conversations. They call it healthy and natural, but what if the truth is more sinister? What if society benefits from keeping you addicted and distracted? Here's the harsh reality. When you're addicted to something, you're easier to control. Think about it. Companies make billions of dollars off your habits. The adult industry, for example, thrives on your cravings, constantly feeding you content designed to hook you. Every click, every view, and every moment you spend indulging in their material is money in their pocket. They don't want you to break free because your addiction fuels their profit. And it's not just about money. When you're consumed by this habit, you're less likely to focus on things that truly matter, like building your career, strengthening your relationships, or improving yourself. A distracted man isn't a threat to the status quo. A distracted man doesn't challenge the system. Now, let's take it deeper. Society has conditioned you to seek instant gratification at every turn. Social media, fast food, streaming platforms, they all operate on the same principle. Give you a quick hit of pleasure to keep you coming back for more. Masturbation is no different. It's instant gratification at its peak. And the more you indulge, the harder it becomes to resist. You might notice it in your daily life. The lack of energy, the constant mental fog, the feelings of shame or emptiness afterward. But society tells you that's normal. They don't want you to question the system or look for a way out. They'd rather keep you stuck in this cycle because a man who's trapped in his desires isn't chasing his goals. And here's the saddest part. This addiction robs you of your true potential. While you're wasting time and energy, there are men out there building empires, pursuing their dreams, and living with purpose. The system doesn't want you to be one of them. Breaking free isn't just about reclaiming your life. It's about rejecting a society that wants you weak and addicted. It's about stepping into your true power as a man. 4. Your energy is being stolen. Let's be real. As a man, your energy is your greatest asset. It fuels your drive, ambition, and ability to make an impact. But if you're constantly draining that energy through masturbation, you're giving away your power for nothing. You're handing over your potential, and for what? A moment of fleeting pleasure? Here's the truth no one tells you. Every time you indulge in this habit, you're depleting the very essence of what makes you productive, focused, and strong. Your energy is sacred. It's meant to be directed toward building something meaningful, whether that's your career, your body, or your relationships. Instead, many men are throwing it away like it's worthless. And let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just about biology or hormones. This is about your mindset and discipline. When you waste your energy on something as trivial as masturbation, you're telling yourself that you don't value your time or your goals. You're choosing short-term pleasure over long-term growth. It's lazy, and it's beneath you. Criticism? Absolutely. Too many men are asleep at the wheel, letting their energy slip away without even realizing it. You might be one of them, feeling tired all the time, struggling to stay motivated, and wondering why you can't seem to get ahead. The answer is right in front of you. You're sabotaging yourself. Wake up. Your energy isn't infinite. Every time you give in to this habit, you're taking a step back from the man you're supposed to be. You're letting the world dictate your choices instead of taking control of your own life. Here's the advice. Start protecting your energy like it's gold, because it is. Stop being so careless with what makes you strong. Redirect that energy into something that will actually move the needle in your life. Hit the gym, start a business, learn a skill. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve when you stop wasting your potential. You are capable of so much more, but only if you wake up and start valuing your energy. The choice is yours. Keep throwing it away, or start using it to build the life you deserve. 5. Reclaiming your purpose. Let's face it, without purpose, you're just drifting through life. And that's exactly what happens when you're caught up in the cycle of masturbation. It pulls you away from your mission, your goals, and the bigger picture of who you are meant to be. A man with purpose is unstoppable. He wakes up every day with clarity and direction, knowing exactly what he's working toward. But when you waste your energy on this habit, you lose that clarity. Your focus becomes scattered, and the fire that drives you to succeed dims. Instead of building a life that matters, you settle for momentary distractions that offer nothing in return. Think about this. What could you achieve if you took all the time and energy you spend on this habit and redirected it towards something meaningful? How much progress could you make in your career, your health, or your personal growth? The answer is more than you can imagine. The problem is that too many men have forgotten what it means to live with purpose. They've traded ambition for comfort, discipline for indulgence, and long-term success for short-term pleasure. This isn't who you're meant to be. You're supposed to be striving for greatness, not settling for mediocrity. Reclaiming your purpose starts with a decision to stop living on autopilot and start taking control of your life. It's about reminding yourself why you're here and what you're working toward. Ask yourself, what are your goals? What kind of man do you want to become? If you don't have answers to these questions, it's time to figure them out. And here's the wake-up call. You're not going to find your purpose by scrolling endlessly on your phone or chasing cheap dopamine hits. You find it by getting uncomfortable, by challenging yourself, and by pushing past your limits. When you stop wasting your energy on meaningless habits, you open up the space to pursue what truly matters. You start to feel alive again, driven by a sense of mission that fuels everything you do. That's the power of purpose. It's what separates the men who thrive from the ones who merely survive. The time to reclaim your purpose is now. Stop wasting your potential and start living like the man you were born to be. Here's the reality that most won't tell you. Your life won't change unless you wake up and take action. There's no magic pill, no quick fix. Masturbation is robbing you of your true potential, and if you don't make a change now, you're going to keep spinning your wheels. I'm not here to sugarcoat it or tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you the cold, hard truth. You're capable of so much more than this, but it starts with you. If you continue to let this habit control you, you're letting it define your life. You're letting it steal your purpose, your energy, and your future. The question is, do you want to keep going down that road or take a stand for yourself? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your experiences. Have you struggled with this habit? What's been the hardest part for you to overcome? I read every comment and I'll personally reach out to connect with you. We're in this together, and I'm here to support you on your journey to reclaiming your life. Let's build something real.